Hey there everyone, I'm Pyburn of the Pulse Network. Here having a conversation about the great content shift, whether it be the shift in technology, the shift in players, the shift in strategies. We're really covering it all right now. We're doing that with Marc Hamaker of Autodesk. And Marc, let's talk about the shifting strategies in your industry right now. How have they really changed the way you shape your business model?
Yeah, I think one of the things that all companies have had to learn is to really listen to the market. Technology is changing so fast, and people have access to amazing creative tools. And it's not like the old days where you created something and said, this is how you use it. Today, a lot of times you create technology and you put it out there and people come back to you and say, this is how we want to use it. Or you see people using your technology in completely different ways than you kind of thought about it. So, while we would still have a roadmap and we know what we want to do and we know what we want to deliver, and we base a lot of that on, testing with the market, talking to the market and talking to people, I think these days we're learning just as much by talking to people after they've used our solutions for a while and figured out what they want to do with them.
Let's say, talk about that a little bit more, because it's almost like a role reversal, if you will. Whereas, 4 or 5 years ago, it was you'd put out a product and people would say, this is great, I can't believe what you're doing, this is amazing. But now they're the ones almost dictating the way the market goes. I mean, it's just an interesting way. It's just changing the process almost, if you will.
Yeah, I think that because it's easy, relatively easy to get into this business, it's allowed a lot of people who may have never had a chance, 5 or 10 years ago. If you think back to where our business is, it's really in finishing and post-production and animation technology. 10 years ago, you would have had to have interned or worked at a shop or something or worked your way up. There was a lot, there was desktop software and solutions you could use. But, I think a real shift has been around what is professional and what is access to it. So I think, as a manufacturer, it's your responsibility to look at what people are doing, and you can't sort of sit back and think you can dictate to people how they're going to use your software. So I think it's a really interesting time. I mean, we're going to be introducing some technology at NAB, really that I think will very clearly show to the market that we've been listening to them. We're gonna rev some things and say, this is not just what Autodesk thinks you should do. This is not us trying to change the paradigm for you. This is based on talking to people just like you and what you told us that you wanted to do with our product.
I know you're not going to tell me, so I'm not even going to ask what it is that you are going to be launching, all right?
Can't say yet.
Excellent stuff. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see, folks. So, for Marc, I am Pyburn of the Pulse Network. We'll see you in Las Vegas, where they have their announcement from Autodesk.